Next tonight, the school that will soon have one CCTV camera for every 5 pupils. Teaching unions and civil liberty groups have criticised the introduction of the camera network designed to monitor staff and students at Stockwell Park School. The head teacher says it's already helping improve the standard of education. Warwick O'Brien has this report.
At Stockwell Park High, this is an understatement. It has nearly 100 CCTV cameras, with a further 100 planned for the new extension.
Do you really need 200 CCTV cameras?
Once upon a time, gang members used to break into the school and mug pupils on the premises.
As soon as we got that message out into the community that if you came onto the site here, a high quality, good high definition picture would be burned onto a disc, sent to the local police station. Immediately, almost overnight in fact, the problem of people coming onto the school site here ceased.
F or R?
But it's the cameras inside the classroom that are causing a stir.
We're on our way to the control room where all the CCTV images can be seen. Now, if you were expecting some sort of Dr. Strangelove-esque headquarters with banks of computers on the wall, you're going to be disappointed with this one. It all is accessed from just one terminal, this one in this control room. The door is normally locked, by the way. And as you can see, there's a classroom, and down below is the audio, so you can actually hear what's happening in there.
The school leased the system from a company called Classwatch for £60,000 a year and say the benefits are for security and as a training tool.
Can you monitor a teacher's teaching unbeknownst to them?
Well, theoretically we could, but we don't do that. We have very strict protocols.
The hand-picked pupils who spoke to us were delighted with the system.
My sister used to come here, and those times there was no uniform, no rules, no camera, no nothing, so the school was just wild.
It's more of the teachers, because they're keeping a watch over me rather than the cameras just recording what's happening.
It's the last day of term at Stockwell, by the way. The bell goes and everyone files out in an orderly fashion. Warwick O'Brien, BBC London News.
Well, with me here is Angus Drever from the company Classwatch, who design and install the CCTV systems used in that school and many others. And also Charles Farrier from the campaign group No CCTV joins us from our Oxford studio. Welcome to you both. Angus Drever, CCTV cameras around the school is one thing, but why inside the classroom?
Well, Classwatch provides high-quality audio-visual systems so that teachers can record their lessons. And after recording their lessons, they can look at the lessons and decide if they can actually produce those lessons any better. So it's great for their own professional development.
Well, we heard that school there, the head teacher saying actually the teachers don't use it in that way.
Many schools do, however. And also, if they produce a very good lesson, it can be used as an example of best practice for other teachers to follow. So, for instance, if a school has a particular problem with bullying or behaviour management, then they can look at the example of experienced teachers who are using our systems and learn from that. So it's a very good training tool.
And how do you respond to the teachers' union who says this is abdicating responsibility, if you like? It undermines the teacher's credibility. They respect the camera rather than the teacher.
I think anything that helps to improve teacher performance is a good thing. And to use video to help teachers improve their performance is well accepted. And we get very good positive feedback from our schools that it really helps to raise their game.
OK, let me just bring in Charles Farrier. You've heard what Angus Drever's had to say. What's your response to that?
Well, I disagree. I think that putting this kind of surveillance in schools is an unacceptable use of CCTV. Already we're an over-surveyed society. We're now going to normalise children to this sort of thing, get them used to it so they'll never know a world without surveillance. If you want to do training, then you can put a camera at the front on a tripod, perfectly do the same job. So it's a very worrying extension of CCTV.
Angus Drever, you've heard what Charles has had to say there, but also another issue that does come up is how do you regulate that footage inside the classroom? For example, who will have access to it? Will governors and parents, for example?
Yes, we're very fortunate in that the ICO has written a set of guidelines specifically for Classwatch. So if schools go onto our website, they can download that, and as long as they follow those guidelines, they're operating well within the law. I'd just like to pick up the point about a single tripod solution. Of course you can do that, but you don't get the same quality and sound.
OK, but imagine a parent watching this programme tonight and their child may get accused of something, for example. Does the parent have access to watch what has gone on, or do the governors have access to watch what happened?
Of course the parents has the right to view the video. That's part of data protection guidelines. The school must ask permission from the parents if they're going to publish that video outside the school boundaries.
OK, Charles, what do you make of that?
Well, I've seen the ICO guidelines, and they actually say specifically that it shouldn't be used to monitor the behaviour of children, an always-on system checking their behaviour. And we've heard the schools saying that that is the sort of thing they are using it for. And I think increasingly we will see schools using it that way. And I think that is very worrying.
OK, it has turned around a poor-performing school, though.
Well, that's what they're telling us. But I think to look at CCTV, you always have to look at it in detail across other things. You have to look at other measures that could do the same thing. And without a comparison, we can't possibly say that for sure.
OK, thank you to both of you. We have unfortunately run out of time. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.